guess I only have one.
All right, welcome back from our break. We're going to go ahead and move on to our 6.5 presentation of Veterans Day proclamation, and Vice Chair Rasmussen is going to read this proclamation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. If we have any veterans here, they're welcome to come up.
I might as well go down here.
This is a proclamation of the Board of Supervisors of the County of Lake, recognizing our veterans on Veterans Day. Whereas the contributions and sacrifices of the men and women who served in the armed forces have been vital in maintaining our freedoms and way of life. And whereas tens of millions of Americans have served in the armed forces of the United States during the past century, and whereas hundreds of thousands of Americans have given their lives while serving in the armed forces during the past century, and whereas our state is home to more than 1.6 million veterans, the most of any state in the nation, and whereas Lake County is home to approximately 4,500 veterans, or approximately 7% of our county's population, and whereas our veterans are brave and selfless individuals who, when duly called, willingly put themselves in harm's way to defend the lives and liberty of others. And whereas their abiding patriotism and enduring devotion to the ideals on which the United States is formed will never fail to inspire us. And whereas our veterans understand the important task before the American service men and women now keeping watch. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed, the Board of Supervisors recognize the legacy and loyalty and service and sacrifice of our veterans to our country, our local communities, and their families. The Board of Supervisors honors the contributions of our veterans to the principles of democracy, individual freedom, and human rights. Now, therefore, now let it be proclaimed that the Board of Supervisors will join the nationwide effort, Operation Greenlight, in showing support for veterans by lighting our Lake County Courthouse in Lakeport green from November 4th through 11th, 2025. By shining a green light, the County of Lake and our residents will let veterans know that they are seen, appreciated, and supported, and passed and adopted this 4th day of November 2025, and signed by our chair, Mr. E.J. Crandall, who is also one of our veterans in Lake County. Thank you. And I just, before I turn it back over to you guys to say anything, I just want to say that I really appreciate the veterans in our county. One thing that I've always noticed, in addition to their commitment of having served in our military, they come back and they also serve our communities. And I've seen those examples in countless of our veterans, like you yourself. You're serving on community organizations. I've been out with you in the community when we've done things for other community members. And I know we have our chair here who is continuing his community service also back in our county. So I think that's important to note, that that's what our veterans do. Typically, you know, they have a service commitment. They continue that throughout their lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair and Board of Supervisors. This means a great deal to us as veterans, and EJ, Chair, as well as the 7,000 veterans who reside here in Lake County. We make up the largest per capita of the state of California for deployment of veterans coming out of one area of the state, as well as the number of veteran families, the children here, and the community. And as the Vice Chair was saying, that I wear a lot of hats in the community dealing with the veteran community. And on behalf of We Serve Veterans of Lake County, California, as Vice President, And on behalf of the United Veterans Council, representing 11 affiliate veteran organizations in the county, I want to thank you for this proclamation. It means a great deal to us. Thank you so much.
Picture?
Wait, I want to comment.
Yeah, that's all I was asking you.
Yeah, no, I do. The veterans hold a dear spot in my heart. My father was a World War II veteran. My son served in Afghanistan. This country would not be free if it was not for what you have done, stepping forward and keeping our way of life here in America, which is the greatest nation on earth. And it is due to our veterans that we have these freedoms. We have these freedoms to protest. We have these freedoms to agree and to disagree. And there's many, many nations that are not like that. And we owe it all to our veterans. Thank you.
Did you get a chance to ask any of the public if they would like to say anything on this? I'll just note one thing, just as a point of reference for my tribe. We have an event next week on Tuesday inviting 24 out of the 590 of our tribal members to come to a meeting. So, not a meeting, but a breakfast. And so, just letting you know that there's a vast amount of Native Americans who join the service, and of course, there's all sorts of other ethnicities that do as well. But I just wanted to highlight that on behalf of my tribe. Oh, public comment online. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to say thank you for this proclamation. I appreciate all of you as having several service members in my family. I want to thank all of you guys for your dedication to the service in the past, present, and hopefully in the future. Thank you for everything.
I didn't even notice that.
Right here, I'll read the next item on the agenda, which is our 6.6, our presentation of proclamation designating November 2025 as National Native American Heritage Month.
Mr. Chair, if I may.
Yes.
Sorry, Mr. Chair. On item 6.5, there is a sub-item B.
Oh, sorry.
That would be for your board's consideration or approval.
I will take that back and go back to sub-item B, consideration of joining Operation Green Light and lighting the county courthouse with green lights from November 4th through 11th, 2025. Can I still stand here? Is it okay? Or, yeah. All right, so, public comment?
Public comment?
Anyone that, all right, I'll bring it back to the board for,
We're excited about Military Green.
all right.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the Operation Greenlight and lighting our courthouse green, and would like to suggest that someone from staff take a picture and send it to NACO so that we can be a part of the nationwide movement for Operation Greenlight.
Oh, very cool.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries 5-0. All right. So I'm going to read this one again. 6.6, presentation of proclamation designating November 2025 as National Native American Heritage Month in Lake County. And if you're here on behalf of this proclamation, please come up. All right. So I'll read this proclamation here, designating November 2025 as National Native American Heritage Month in Lake County. And it's whereas Lake County has been home to people for greater than 12,000 years and richly diverse cultures of the 7 tribal nations indigenous to Lake County: Middletown Rancheria of Pomo Indians of California, Koi Nation of Northern California, Big Valley Band of Pomo Indians, Scotts Valley Band of Pomo Indians, Habemetalel Pomo of Upper Lake, Robinson Rancheria of Pomo Indians of California, and the Elam Indian Colony have informed every aspect of our community's history. Policies and practices of the United States and earlier colonial governments deprived indigenous peoples in the state of California and Lake County specifically of land holdings, liberty, even life itself. And whereas Native Americans have helped to make our communities stronger and more prosperous. On August 3rd, 1990, President of the United States George H.W. Bush declared the month of November as National American Indian Heritage Month, thereafter commonly referred to as Native American Heritage Month. The bill read in part that the President has authorized and requested to call upon federal, state, and local governments, groups, and organizations, and the people of the United States to observe such month with appropriate programs, ceremonies, and activities. And whereas this landmark bill honoring America's tribal people represented a major step in the establishment of this celebration, which began in 1976 when a Cherokee Osage Indian named Jerry C. Elliott High Eagle authored Native American Awareness Week legislation, the first historical week of recognition in the nation for Native peoples. This led to 1986 when the President Ronald Reagan proclaiming November 23rd through 30th, 1986 as American Indian Week. President Barack Obama made an annual presidential proclamation on the 31st of October stating that each respective November would be National Native American Heritage Month. We celebrate the richness of the county's unique tribal history and traditions and the impact Native American cultures have had on every American. And whereas Lake County is committed to protecting the sovereign right of Native American tribal organizations and institutions to strengthen their own communities in observance of Native American Month, the County of Lake encourages all citizens to join in recognizing the many accomplishments and contributions Native Americans have made to our county and express deep appreciation for those who have sought to honor the important role of tribal leadership in our county's past, present, and future. Now therefore be it proclaimed, the Lake County Board of Supervisors do hereby designate the month of November 2025 National Native American Heritage Month in Lake County, passed and adopted this 4th day of November, signed by myself, E.J. Crandall, Chair of the Board of Supervisors.
Mahekete Weekend Kyle Bill. I'm a guest here in Lake County. My wife is from Elam, but I just want to say on behalf of our family and our communities that we really appreciate not just the acknowledgement that the county makes to do these proclamations, but also the step further that goes into engaging tribes and making sure that we're at the table to voice some of our concerns and also contribute to the moving forward of community that we are all here today to do. And I just want to just acknowledge the work that is happening. These proclamations and these months are important to not only to celebrate and recognize tribal people, but to let people know that we have a rich history of contributions to this place that we all call home, and that to receive the benefits of a lot of that work that tribal people have done to steward the land, and that we continue to do those things, but to also understand that there are still challenges that we have to address collectively together. And as long as we continue to engage in constructive dialogue and in collaboration and in love, that we will do good work to reverse a lot of the impacts that tribal communities have suffered throughout the years. And so it's just beautiful to see, and I'm just grateful for all the tribes here in Lake County for being so active within our local county government and throughout the state and the country to advocate not just for the local tribes here, but also the impacts, the positive impacts that they advocate for Indian country throughout the United States. And so I just wanted to say that and acknowledge everyone. And we look forward to celebrating this month and educating those in the community that we're still here, that we have a long legacy, and that there's still much more to do together. So thank you all, and appreciate EJ and the rest of the board for this proclamation. And it's a beautiful thing.
And I just wanted to also thank you, Kyle. I know that a lot of the work that you do to educate on behalf of Kanokatai to the local community so they understand the history, it makes a big difference. And it's proclamations like this, that we honor that, so that way people know more than just what they're educated on in high school. And sometimes it really hits home when they get to hear it and actually even identify with their own personal history to see. So just again, thank you for that. Anybody have any comments? Brad?
Yeah, I'll be short because Mr. Bell kind of hit on what I was thinking, but I just wanted to recognize both our county and our tribal organizations, governments, for all the increased collaboration that we've been doing. I mean, in my time here, I've seen a lot of increases. I mean, we have a tribal liaison in the county. We're going to be working on a co-management agreement for Clear Lake with the tribes. Kanokatai has done a lot of educational programs that they've opened up to us. I've been fortunate to be involved in a couple of those. And so I think, yeah, there's more to do, but I think we're making good progress, and we just need to keep going down that road. Thank you.
Anybody else from the public maybe want to make a comment, or anybody on Zoom? All right, we'll go ahead and take our picture.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, you knew exactly what I was doing. Okay, that's good. Okay. Let me get it back here. Thank you. Yeah, he wasn't, that was a long time ago.
Just intact.
All right. On to our non-time. Yes. Correct.
Yes, sir, 7.4.
All right, 7.4, consideration of a proposed 2026 Board of Supervisors regular meeting calendar. All right, Carolyn.
I just have a comment when we get there.
Okay.
Hello, Board. I'm here today to propose the calendar for the 2026 regular meeting calendar for your meetings, and I hope you've had a chance to review them. The dates of interest would be the annual governance workshop, which is Tuesday, January 27th, and then we have some annual budget dates. We have the mid-year budget, Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026. Budget hearings on Tuesday, June 16th and Wednesday, June 17th, 2026. And the final budget hearing, Tuesday, September 15th, 2026. And I am here to record any changes or to answer any questions.
Go ahead, Supervisor Pyska.
I just have one comment that I am going to have another NACO fly-in in January, and I really hope that it is not the last week of January, but it could be.
All right.
So I just would request that. I will let you know as soon as possible, and we might have to be flexible.
Any other, oh, sorry, Helen.
That's okay.
I didn't see it, I seen the water.
That's all right. I just want to say thank you, and that I really appreciate that you moved the budgets a week earlier as requested. So that was noticed, and I really wanted to say thank you for that, because the budgets are big, and it's tough getting through them in the time that we had. And this gives us an extra 7 days, which is helpful.
Supervisor Spatier.
I hadn't thought about that. But if it's the 16th and 17th, should we expect the team to be ready 10 days before that with the budget? Because to me, it's the time it takes to
Oh, that's
review it.
right. You're right.
It's not when we actually do the budget review itself. It's the time to actually have the documents in hand and go through it. And I believe state law is it must be made available to the public, which would mean to us as well, 10 days before. Is that putting you guys in a bind that it's that much earlier? And should we be looking more the 23rd and 24th?
The staff reviewed that, and they agree that this is fine. If you wish to move it, we can. But they felt they could, again, there's a lot of players in preparing the budget, but of course we will defer to the board.
And I'm not looking to say a statement to throw anyone under the bus, but we did not meet the state statute this year. It came out 7 days before we talked about it, which means we didn't meet the 10-day statute. Even with this being a week earlier, we're anticipating to hit the 10-day statute.
The board advised me that they were prepared.
Okay, or the staff did.
Okay.
Okay.
One more question on that. Will we have access to the backup materials? I know that they weren't prepared this
They will-
last year.
They will be placed on your table, right on, outside your office.
Thank you.
All right. I'll open it up for the public if there's any comments. All right. Bring it back to the board for action.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the 2026 proposed calendar for supervisors meeting. It's not
Second.
regular meeting, it's all meetings.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries 5-0.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Carolyn.
Thank you, Carol.
7.5, consideration of the following advisory board appointments: East Region Town Hall, Spring Valley County Service Area Advisory Board. And so this is me. Pretty much both of them are mine. So let's see here. We have, I want to make sure I got this correct. So I have 1 vacancy and 3 vacancies, 1 for Earth, 3 for Spring Valley. I know that there's potentially going to be another Earth position coming up. So I'll start out with East Region Town Hall, and I know I have Stephen Robin and Sterling Wellman. I'm going to start out by well, it says member of the CLO Business Association. However, there is no representative for Spring Valley, and that's why I was thinking of choosing Sterling. So maybe, I don't know if Stephen Robin is part of the Business Association, I think. Maybe I'll have to postpone this one, but I can't because we have a meeting tomorrow. So I do know that the bylaws, that's the other thing, the bylaws have been changed to where it's just basically members, there's not really specific positions. So I'll go ahead and just recommend that we start out with Sterling Wellman as an appointee. So I'll open it up for the public if there's any comments on that. Betsy, if you please come on and unmute.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm actually interested in the appointments to the Spring Valley Advisory Committee. I think that's the next.
Yes, after we finish this one, I'll go right into that.
I'll lower my hand.
Okay. So I'll bring it back to the board for action.
Mr. Chair, I'll move, you want to make a motion? I'll move to appoint Sterling to the East Region Town Hall.
I'll
Sterling
second.
Wellman?
Yes.
I'll second that.
So I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Next would be Spring Valley County Service Area Advisory Board. There's 3 vacancies, and we have Scott Renkus and Mark Saff. We have 3 vacancies. I think they will do fine. We still have another open position, but at the same time, we've had 3 vacancies for quite some time on this CSA. So I'll go ahead and open it up for the public. Betsy, if you'd like to comment on this.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, this is might seem like an odd question, but I am not aware of a previous board creating that committee. My familiarity with the advisory boards for the Special Districts Administration is that those advisory groups were formed informally, not by the Board of Supervisors. Has this one specifically been created by the Board of Supervisors?
I would have to, well, actually, one second.
I don't see it in board appointment.
Looking that up right now.
It's a weird deal. That I mean, the special districts has always had their optional community advisory boards, groups, and they've been very effective, but I don't recall any of them being formalized as committees reporting to the Board of Supervisors.
Yeah, yeah, that's something we'd probably have to get the answer for you. I just know that Yeah, once we get it, we'll make sure to get you a response on that. I just know that for me as supervisor since 2019, we brought forward recommendations in the past, but I think that's a very good point. I'm glad you pointed it out, Betsy, and we'll get you that answer.
Well, I think it would be helpful because as it stands, the advisory board in Spring Valley is hamstrung by its being controlled by the Special Districts Administration, really. If it reported to the Board of Supervisors as a one of your advisory committees, it would have a lot more functionality. I would love to see that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Chair, if it helps, I do see it at least listed in our board appointed under Spring Valley County Service Area number 2, saying there's 7 members and 2-year terms expiring. So there seems to be
Something, we just
Yeah.
gotta find it.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, is there any other comments? Bring it back to the board for action.
Mr. Chair, I'll move to appoint Scott Renix and Mark Schaff to the Spring Valley Service Area CSA number 2 Advisory Board.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries 5-0. We'll close that item, and I think it covers everything but calendars, but we need to move into closed session, right?
Well, I'd like to give the board, I'd like the board to consider not doing calendars today,
I would
but
like to offer that we
Okay.
forego calendars.
Calendars are foregone.
foregone.
All right, so we will go into closed session.
Thank you.
Do I need to read all of them off again? Because I think we're still doing it. So, 9.1, public employee appointment pursuant to Government Code Section 54957B1, interviews for interim chief public defender, appointment of interim chief public defender. 9.2, public employee appointment pursuant to Government Code Section 54957B1, interviews for animal control, care and control director, appointment of animal care and control director. And 9.3, conference with legal counsel, existing litigation pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D1, FERC proceeding number P77 Potter Valley Hydroelectric Project. And that would be it that we're going into for closed session. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Okay.